good evening, and welcome. We are super excited to have you here tonight. My name is Jay, and I am your Strive Scan facilitator for this evening, and we have 6 great schools with just 6 minutes to tell you all about their highlights and what they have to offer. Before we get started here, I'm going to go over a couple of housekeeping announcements, and then I will pass it on over to our presenters. Again, my name is Jay. I am your Strive Scan facilitator, and welcome to the Rocky Mountain Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. So the first thing is that there's a Q&A button at the top or bottom of your screen. This is going to be the best way for you to communicate with our presenters. The only request that we have is that if you ask a specific school a question, you list the school in the name so that way the right person reaches out to you. Also, your audio, your video, all of that is completely off, so no one can see and hear you, but you can see and hear us. Also, this is just one of many sessions that are happening into next week, so we would love for you to register for more. And if you want to find this recording, you can find it at strivescan.com/RMACAC within about 1 week of today's date. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and bring up our first school here, which is University of Illinois, Chicago. Come on up.
Hi, everyone. Let me go ahead and get my PowerPoint pulled up here. Okay, hi. Thank you all for joining us tonight. It's so nice to have you. My name's Samantha, and I'm a representative from the University of Illinois, Chicago. I'm very excited to share some of the things that make UIC such a unique institution. So the first thing here, there we go. The first thing that makes UIC so unique is our location. We are located in Chicago, Illinois, less than a mile away from the Loop, which is the center of Chicago. If you've been to Chicago before, it's where a lot of famous Chicago landmarks are located, so you've probably been there. You can see the red portion of the map here is where our campus is located, and this is our East Campus. Our East Campus is where the undergraduate students will spend the majority of their time. And even though we are located in such a large city, you still get a very traditional college campus. So we have 10 residence halls, a union. Our students are very active with over 300 clubs and activities. We have a quad, and on Earth Day, I'll share that we even have more than 5,000 trees throughout campus. Now, even though you'll spend the majority of your time on the east side of campus, we also have a west campus, and that is located in the Illinois Medical District. So there are 3 huge hospitals located there. For any students interested in the health sciences, there would be plenty of opportunities to get patient care hours there. And then on the south side of our campus, we do have our athletic stadiums. We do have 20 Division I sports teams. Now, the reason I start with our location and the reason it's so important to UIC's identity is really because our students take advantage of everything Chicago has to offer, from jobs and internships to a never-ending list of fun experiences. Now at UIC, we are committed not only to academic excellence, which of course we are, we're ranked as one of the best public colleges in the US, but we're also committed to academic access. We want all of our students to be successful regardless of the major or the program they choose to pursue. And we do offer nearly 100 different majors and academic programs. We are the largest school in Chicago, but we still ensure a really engaging academic experience for all of our students through things like small class sizes and the availability of our faculty. At UIC, we really believe that a student's experience inside the classroom is so valuable, but their experience outside the classroom is just as valuable. Our students are constantly learning through things like jobs, internships, study abroad, which you can actually do on any continent as a UIC student, and through research. UIC is a Research One institution. We engage in the highest level of research activity and spend more than $400 million in sponsored research programs every year. As a UIC student, you'd get to engage with research as early as your first semester on campus. UIC is considered one of the most welcoming and diverse institutions in the US. In 2020, we were ranked in the top 5 most diverse institutions by US News and World Report. Our students have different cultural backgrounds, different socioeconomic experiences, race and gender identities, religious beliefs, and so much more. And that really frames the kind of conversations our students are having with one another. 40% of our students are first-generation college students, meaning they're the first in their family to attend college, and we have no ethnic or cultural majority among our student body. We strive to support such a diverse student body by offering many different support services and cultural centers where students can connect with one another, but also take advantage of free resources like tutoring, advising, help with financial aid, and scholarships. UIC is a campus that's committed to social good. Our students are well known for wanting to give back to their communities, and a lot of our courses do have community service or outreach components built in as well. Our goal is really to give students the tools they need to be successful in creating change after they leave UIC and whatever industry they decide to pursue. Now, I've shared a lot of great things about UIC. If those are things that you're looking for in an institution, then we really hope you apply. And I want to share some brief information about our application process. We are on the Common Application. We will ask for a transcript. We are test optional and will remain test optional for at least the next 2 years. There is a $60 application fee, but we are happy to provide a fee waiver if that fee presents a challenge. Now, everything you see on the screen here are things that will be considered during our holistic review process. Now, my final bit of information for tonight will be for tuition and fees. You can see our in-state and non-resident price there. I do point out the in-state price because our out-of-state students will be automatically considered for a scholarship that brings that non-resident tuition price down much closer to the in-state student price. That scholarship's called the merit tuition rate. Again, you'll automatically be considered for that scholarship when you apply, and all of our other scholarships as well. We, of course, encourage you to still apply for financial aid. All of the other costs you currently see on the screen are optional or estimated expenses, not something you're billed for unless you opt into them. Now, finally, I just want to say thank you again for coming. There are so many wonderful colleges in the US, but this is a stressful and difficult decision. We are here to help, so I'll leave my contact information in the chat, and please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Samantha. We are going to move right along now to our second presenter with Pacific Lutheran University. Kaylee, go ahead and take it away.
Just unmute myself. Hi, everyone. My name is Kaylee Sadoff. I am a regional admission counselor for Pacific Lutheran University, and I use she, her pronouns. PLU is a small liberal arts school based in Tacoma, Washington. And let me just present that too. My goodness, what a week it has been for us all. PLU's mission statement is that we are educating students for lives of thoughtful inquiry, service, leadership, and care for each other's, for their communities, and for the earth. I think that care is something kind of unique to have in a mission statement. So we do always like to make sure that that's advertised, that we are a caring community, and especially on this Earth Day. PLU is located in Tacoma, Washington. I'm personally from Southern Colorado. I had no idea where Tacoma was. And so it's about an hour south of Seattle, about 40 minutes from the SeaTac airport. And PLU is actually the closest school to Mount Rainier, which is somehow an active volcano / glacier / 14er. And so there's a lot to do close by our campus. A little bit of our student body overview. We have about 3,100 students, mostly undergraduates. Our student to faculty ratio is 12:1. Our average class size is 20. And the average weighted GPA that our students enter with is 3.7. We do use your weighted GPA. I will get to all of the application pieces towards the end of my 6 minutes. But in also looking at our student body, about 38% of the PLU student body identifies as students of color, and about 33% are first generation college students. Getting into the academic piece now, we are a liberal arts school, which means that in addition to courses from your major, you're going to take classes in many of these other areas. Just recognizing that you can't have business if you don't have languages, if you don't have psychology, if you don't have all of these other areas. They do mesh really nicely together. So the liberal arts education allows you to pursue many of these different areas. Our division of humanities is where you'll find things like Lushootseed language studies, which is one of the indigenous peoples whose land PLU is on. That's where we have our English and our creative writing. Our natural sciences is where you'll find geology, geoscience, chemistry, biology. We have a very strong pre-professional health program. And so you can work with advisors, faculty members, do some research. And if you're applying for pharmacy school, dental school, medical school, occupational therapy, anything professional health, they will partner with you too. For our social sciences division, that's where you'll find things like psychology, sociology, criminal justice, which draws strongly from our pre-law program, but also draws from psychology, sociology, anthropology, and many of these other areas too. We do have a really large School of Arts and Communication. One of my favorite things about PLU is that you don't have to major or minor in the arts to participate. If you're the best person for that role or you're the best singer for this choir, it doesn't matter what you're majoring in, there is a spot for you. We have a stellar School of Business, just with the network of our alumni, and also our location has a very great situation for all of our business students. We have a School of Education and Kinesiology, so exercise science and coaching. And if you're interested in different endorsements in education, we offer several of those as well. Nursing is one of our biggest majors because, similar to business, we're located in a great spot where there are so many hospitals close by us who know who we are and know the types of nurses that we produce. And finally, we have our interdisciplinary programs. So this is where you'll find things like global studies, gender, race, and sexuality studies, a lot of topics that draw from several of these other areas. PLU is a Division III school, which means that all of our scholarships are based on academics and financial need. We do not offer athletic scholarships, but we still have very competitive athletic programs. And one thing that's fortunate is that our students aren't losing a scholarship if they want to study away or if they get injured or need to focus on their classes. They're there because they love the sport enough to take the time to do it, and it does really show. We've won over 250 conference championships, 11 national championships, and I know our teams are still situated really highly once these sports have been slowly resuming in Western Washington after the pandemic. Involvement, we have over 70 clubs and organizations on campus, everything from our pre-law association to our hammocking club. There are so many different ways to get involved and to find your people on campus in any of these areas that you might be interested in. Study away is something huge for PLU. We do say study away rather than study abroad because we offer domestic programs as well as international programs. We are in the top 20 nationally, not top 20 nationally for the highest percentage of students who study abroad. We've gone to over 80 countries in the last 15 years. And for our semester-long programs, your financial aid does apply. And we have a Center for Global Education that will partner with you to find the right study away program for you, for your studies. You can go for any major. So now we'll touch on the application a little bit. PLU is on the Common Application. It is free to apply. I believe the Common App opens around August 1st. And so we have several priority dates. We're on rolling admission. And so we have usually a 3 to 4 week turnaround after you apply to PLU. We do require a transcript. We require at least one letter of recommendation, an essay, your application itself, and then we are test optional, and we have been for about 5 years, and that will not be changing. And this last slide goes over scholarship information. We offer academic scholarships up to $27,000 a year, just based on your GPA and test scores if you'd like to send them. Thank you all so much for your time. I will also drop my contact information in that chat. But again, thank you for listening. I hope you're all having a great night.
Thank you so much, Kaylee. We really appreciate that. We are going to move right along to our third presenter with University of Alaska, Anchorage. Take it away, Tiffany.
Hey everyone, thanks so much for being here with me tonight. I am excited to share with you a little bit about the University of Alaska, Anchorage. My name is Dr. Tiffany Vigiano. I am the regional representative for UAA. So I will link my contact here in the chat for you, and I would be happy to answer any questions that you have going forward. We're just going to briefly touch on all of the amazing things that UAA has to offer. I'm going to start with an introduction to Alaska and Anchorage because students can sometimes think Alaska is always cold. That's not the case. We are in Anchorage, which is in southern Alaska, which means that we have all 4 seasons. And that's something that is actually really enjoyable in Alaska. We have we're located in what we call the urban wild. So we kind of have the balance of access to all of that beautiful nature that Alaska is known for. So yes, you can see the glaciers and the northern lights, and there are 100+ miles of trail that are intertwined throughout the city. But what's also really great is that we have a downtown and you can do shopping and movies. We are the largest campus, or the largest university in Alaska. We have nearly 12,000 students on our main campus, which means that we can offer over 100 clubs and activities. We also have Division I and II athletics. So if you are into hockey, you want to go see a match or basketball, you can really get involved in student life. But we maintain small class sizes because we do have an excellent 1 to 16 student faculty or faculty student ratio. And so that helps us really ensure that you're getting a high quality education. And that's one of the reasons we believe that we're ranked #1 for long-term return on investment amongst all of our peer institutions. So you might be wondering, do we have the program that you're interested in? And in all likelihood, yes, because we are a mid-sized public comprehensive university and we have 5 distinct colleges. So well-developed infrastructure and support for different disciplines. So we have a College of Business and Public Policy, a College of Engineering, a College of Health Sciences, a College of Community and Technical Education, and then a College of Natural and Social Sciences. We're also very affordable because we offer WUI tuition. So that stands for the Western Undergraduate Exchange. And we do honor our open access mission by offering WUI tuition to all students that qualify. And so if you're coming from a Western state, that's gonna be you. So instead of looking at the non-resident tuition, be sure that you're paying attention to this WUI tuition, and it can actually be less expensive for you to study at UAA than pay in-state tuition at your home public universities. So that's something to definitely keep in mind as you're thinking about cost of attendance. And then, of course, I like to mention that we have wonderful opportunities for exchange. So my students that are thinking about coming to Alaska tend to be the students that are looking for an adventure, and you can definitely find that on campus and explore Alaska. But if you also want to explore some other places, you can do that while you're a student at UAA. We have excellent exchange programs, and I like to highlight exchange. It's not necessarily a study abroad, it's an exchange, meaning that you're paying essentially the same tuition, but going to a different university. And so we do have national student exchange. So if you want to take a semester and visit Hawaii or Puerto Rico or Las Vegas, you can definitely do that. And we also have exchange partners around the world. So we're one of the only universities that gets to participate in the North to North exchange. So if you are interested in Arctic studies, Arctic research, we are obviously an excellent place for that. And then I want to invite you to take some time and check out our website so you can see all of the exciting upcoming events that we have to offer. You can take a virtual tour, and so you can really see what campus looks like. You can do a virtual visit, and so that means that you can schedule a one-on-one with me and some admissions counselors, and we can talk to you, answer all of the questions that you might have. And we have something called our Fireside Chat series that's also really exciting because we bring campus members from all over. We have students, we have faculty, we have some staff from our different clubs and organizations come talk to you about what it's like to be at UAA so you can really get a solid sense of campus. So that's definitely your next step if you're interested. I will again link my information in the contacts or link my contact information in the chat, and I look forward to hearing from you all.
Awesome, thank you so much, really appreciate that. We are halfway through our event now, and we are gonna move right along to Eastern Washington University. Go ahead and take it away.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. Hey, everybody. Hopefully your night's going well. My name is Jennifer Ness, and I am an Assistant Director of Recruitment for Eastern Washington University, located, of course, in Washington State, not in Washington, D.C. And what you see here in front of you is our online lookbook. And I like to point this out because I want you to grab this URL if you can, ewu.edu/lookbook, and just save it and bookmark it for future reference, because I won't be able to cover everything that's in here, and there are some good links that you can check out in your own time as well. So just to give you a quick overview, if you don't know anything about Eastern at all, we are located in Cheney, Washington. And if you don't know anything about Cheney, that's perfectly fine, that's okay. We're located just outside of the state's second largest city of Spokane. And we do have a pretty large airport here. So just to give you kind of an idea, it takes a couple hours to fly from Denver, for example, and just a few hours to fly from Phoenix. So not too bad. And we do have some direct flights. So we are a medium-sized public institution. We have about 12,000 total students, and that includes our master's level students. And if you care, or if you're counting, we have about 2,000 total squirrels, just saying. Something that really sets Eastern apart, other than what you can see here, is we really pride ourselves on our commitment to community and really making sure that you're successful as a student during your time here. So, you know, anyone who you run into, from the janitor up to the president who works at Eastern, is invested in making sure that you're doing well, you know, inside and outside of the classroom. And what ends up happening here is you'll start to feel this true sense of, you know, family and community. And that's just something that I hear over and over from current students and alumni, you know, that Eastern really felt like a second home to them. And it was basically because of that they were able to succeed. In terms of programs, Eastern does have more than 100 programs to choose from. So we have a little bit of everything. Of course, I won't have time to go into all of those, but I did want to highlight a pretty unique major, our forensic science major. This program is unique because it's in connection with the Washington State Patrol Crime Lab. And if you don't know what that is, that's basically any crime that's committed in the Washington State Patrol jurisdiction. The evidence for that crime gets sent to this lab for analysis, and it's located right across the street from Eastern's campus. So because it's right there, our students really get hands-on experience working on, you know, real forensics for real crimes, and they end up, you know, having kind of an edge in the job market. You can see here our top 5 majors, so pretty strong in the health sciences and STEM fields in general. So like I kind of mentioned before, Eastern is really ideally located. We're rural, we're urban, so you kind of get the best of both worlds during your time here. And that's just something I really love about this area. It's just that balance. You know, the same time it's going to take you to get to your favorite hiking spot, you can get to your favorite coffee shop. So really depending on your mood for the day, you're going to have a lot of choices. And then the Eastern and Cheney area just in general is a really safe and welcoming community, both on campus or off campus. So it's really easy to connect with people and meet people on campus, you know, whether it's sports you're into, where we are a Division I school, you know, sororities and fraternities, or maybe gaming or something else. There's so many ways for you to meet friends and just meet your people. In addition to our almost actually 200 clubs and organizations, last time I checked, we do have an award-winning recreation center, complete with an ice rink, a climbing wall. We also have a brand new student union building, which you can see in these 2 images here in the middle. We have loads of student services to offer, including our multicultural center, a pride center, you know, career center, disability support services, the list goes on and on. Another thing that I like to touch on is this building that you see here. I'm pretty excited about it. We just opened this up. This is called the Catalyst Building, and you're probably wondering, like, why is this lady showing me a picture of a building? Well, it's a pretty special building. It is, it has an energy footprint of 0, so it makes it one of the most sustainable buildings in the whole country, and we're pretty proud to be part of this. This is on our Spokane campus, and it's home to several of our programs, including some of those top 5 ones you saw earlier, like business and computer science, as well as some others like public health. So we're very excited about that. I wanted to just quickly talk about costs, because I know that's important for you when you are searching for a college to attend. For in-state students, as you can see, Eastern is the most affordable school of Washington public universities, but for students from certain states like yours, we offer the WUI as well. So the full WUI scholarship for us is about $15,000, and it will bring down your tuition to pretty close to what in-state tuition is. What's great about it is it's awarded automatically, so there's really no additional application you need to fill out. You just submit your application for admission, and you're basically automatically reviewed for the scholarship. So lastly, now that you know a little bit more about our community, our cost, our programs, there are some next steps you can take. You can apply. Our application for fall 21 is still open. If you're a senior, for fall 22, we will open on August 1. Or you can take a virtual tour, or if you're feeling really brave, you can take an in-person tour. We are open for those now, and you can see if Eastern is going to be a good fit for you. So that's it for me. Hope to see you next fall. Thanks again for your time. Have a great night.
Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate that. And our next presenter is Texas A&M University at Galveston.
Howdy, everyone here at Texas A&M. We say howdy. So thank you so much for each of you looking in on us and my fine colleagues as we share all the wonderful choices that you have for your future. I want to start by showing you an overview of our beautiful campus. This is Texas A&M University at Galveston. So we are an island connected to an island. You cross the bridge to get into Galveston, and then you need to cross the Pelican Bridge to get on Pelican Island, which is where we're located. Here you'll see the bridge that I cross every morning to get into the office, our boat basin, where normally our general rudder sits, and that's where the students go in to either repair the ship or do assimilations for captaining their own ship, for many things. And so I'll give you some more information about our vessel a little bit in this presentation. So we have over 2,300 students here, very interpersonal, right? And there's about 2,300 students, undergraduate and graduate combined. And so we have that 16-to-1 student faculty ratio. The campus is gorgeous. Galveston is known for its beaches. We are saltwater here. We are brown water. We are not fresh water. So we have great nightlife here. We have the historical districts, and any given day you see people on their cruisers riding their bikes. So in undergraduate, we have 13 degrees. We have popular ones: marine biology, marine transportation rather, and we also have an up-and-coming Oceans 1 Health, which is our pre-med, pre-dental, pre-vet degree. The degrees you see here with the asterisk by them are the ones that are license option, and what that means is those of you that are seeking to captain your own ship for commercial jobs or entrepreneur or research. We are one of 6 schools in the U.S. that offer unlimited tonnage, so it doesn't matter the size of the vessel. So the license option is for those degree plans. So marine biology, here we're going to put you in water, and marine biology studies everything from the smallest microorganism from the whales to the smallest microorganisms, including seaweed and coral. Marine fisheries are that degree where you culture your own fish, and it's also that you can obtain the marine biology and the marine fisheries, 2 separate bachelor's degrees if you major in both of them at the same time. Just take a look at our degree plan. I'll be happy to send it to you. So marine sciences, these guys handle the physical side of the ocean, the look into the underground caves, water caves, and that type thing. Coastal Environment and Science and Society is our environmental biology degree. These guys are So we've had the Gulf oil spill and things that change our climate. Galveston, we're known for the hurricanes. And so, like I mentioned earlier, we're brown water. So when they come in, the hurricanes come in, they bring in all this fresh water, and it totally changes marine life for the marine animals. And so they go in and they take a look at all these and how it's affecting the environment. Maritime studies, these guys you're interested in history, archaeology, literature, politics, communication. Marine transportation, now here we are, there's the general rudder in the right lower hand corner. And this larger picture is a simulator. We have great labs here because our degrees are highly interactive, and we put you in the water, we get you involved from semester 1. Here's our Corps cadet. So when you choose to do license option, you live in the Maritime Academy, and here's the uniform for that. Marine engineering technology, these guys are our heart. They fix the ship when it breaks. So they're very important. We have ocean engineering. It's a little catch to ocean engineering. You have to apply at Texas A&M University at College Station, but you take your classes here at Galveston because we're the ones by the water. These are the guys that you build and design bridges and structures and all that. So that bridge that I showed you earlier in the presentation of our overview, ocean engineering's built that. That's our civil, mechanical, and Navy archaeological engineering program degree. So we have some popular minors. Diving is a very popular minor here on campus. And because we are a sister school to Texas A&M College Station, we can pretty much build any degree. If you have just 2 minors, we can that they offer, we can pretty much build like a university studies degree for you. License options that we talked about earlier, that unlimited tonnage, the third mate's license, and admissions. So we are test optional through spring 2022. Executive team haven't given any direction about fall 2022. But if you've taken your SATs and ACTs, by all means do submit them because they are considered when you are looking for scholarships and things like that. So for the hard deadline is May 1 for fall 2021 application. You just need to have your application in. Then you get a little more time to submit your documents. And then for transfer, if you're a transfer student, meaning you have 24 transferable college hours, your hard deadline is June 30th. So take a picture of this with your phone. This is the admissions at TAMUG. At email, my colleagues and I, we all man this, and we will get back with you within 24 hours. Thank you guys for coming out. It's a joy to speak with you.
Thank you so much, Vera. Really appreciate that. And we have one school finally left here, Kansas State University. Nicole, take it away.
Thanks so much, Jay, and thanks for everyone for tuning in. My name is Nicole Bartle, and I am an admissions representative at Kansas State University. I'm starting my stopwatch so that I don't go over my own time. But thank you all again for joining us. Excited to share a little bit of information about K-State. Just to start off, I like to give a little bit of a background of who K-State really is as an institution. So when you think about K-State, we are a public land-grant research university with our student population being around 22,000 students, which I know that sometimes sounds like a really big number. So I like to focus on that 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio listed at the bottom of the screen. We want to make sure that you're able to have all of these different opportunities across campus, but also that you're still having those connections with your professors, not only knowing who that person is in front of the room, but that they're getting to know you as well, understanding what experiences you're looking for. Maybe you want to get involved in research and what goals you might want to have. You'll notice some of my favorite Princeton Review rankings on the screen as well, including #1 happiest students and #2 students love their college. I'm a recent K-State alum myself, so I can definitely attest to how great that university is and being able to really feel that happiness and that pride that K-State students and K-State alum feel. We are part of the Big 12, so if you want to cheer on the Cats during the different sporting events, we have 16 different Division I sports that you can cheer us on for. And then some of the most specific or most important statistics on the screen that I should mention is our #1 highest starting salary in the state of Kansas, and then our 97% job placement and continuing education rate. We want to make sure that you feel confident if you come to K-State we're going to help you get to that next goal, whether that's going to graduate school or going into that job force right after. So when you're starting off your college search, a really big place to start is thinking about academics. K-State is a very comprehensive university where we offer over 250 different majors and programs across 9 different academic colleges on campus. So lots of really great opportunities. Probably the coolest part about having all of those opportunities in all of these different majors is that we really want you to customize what your degree is going to look like. So for me, I got my degree in psychology with a minor in Spanish. So you really have those opportunities to find those different passions that you might be interested in, find those different academic areas that you're wanting to explore, and really jump into those. Moving forward into outside of the classroom, we want to make sure that you're having that holistic collegiate experience, having a little bit of fun outside of the classroom as well. We have undergraduate research. If you remember, I mentioned that we have 22,000 students on campus. About 15,000 of those are undergraduate students. So we want to make sure that our undergrad focus has those hands-on experiences. So whether you're in our College of Agriculture, business, engineering, architecture, you have those great opportunities to get some hands-on learning inside and outside of the classroom. We do have over 500 different clubs and organizations for you to get involved in. Those can be connected to your major or some random clubs like skydiving club if you really want to jump out of a perfectly good plane, but really great ways for you to have a little bit of fun outside of the classroom and create that collegiate experience that you're looking for. Now, when we're thinking about funding and thinking about possibly going out of state, these are some of the really big pieces that you're wanting to walk through. So when you submit your application for admission to the university, you're automatically applying for our general university scholarships and awards. Those will be based off of ACT or SAT score and your GPA. And then when you submit your application for admission, so making sure that you get that submitted prior to our priority date. For the class of 2021, we were also able to offer some test optional scholarships for those students who maybe weren't too happy with their score or weren't able to get into an SAT or ACT. And those are based off of things like leadership, involvement, academic rigor, and things outside of the classroom. Our K-State Scholarship Network, or the KSN as we like to call it, is kind of like a scholarship database where students can actually get additional scholarships through their academic colleges, academic departments, our alumni association, and any random office that we might have across campus that would be hosting additional funding for students. And then we always encourage our students to also fill out the free application for federal student aid or the FAFSA to maximize all funding and aid that they can receive in order to get to K-State. Now, thinking about admission criteria, we are test optional, so meaning incoming freshmen only need to meet one of the requirements on the screen to be automatically admitted to K-State. So that's a 3.25 GPA that can be weighted or unweighted, or a 21 or higher on the ACT, or a 1060 or higher on the SAT. Just one of those three will get you automatically admitted to K-State. We are super scoring with ACTs as well. So if you take the ACT multiple times, we're just going to go through and take the highest score of each of your subsections to create a new master score. Now, weighted and unweighted GPA, as well as your super score, is also going to be used for scholarship consideration. So really make sure that you are setting those goals for yourself to create all the opportunities for you in terms of scholarships. We are also on the common application. I usually say our general application is a little bit easier for you just because it's all based off of self-reported information. So we don't need any transcripts, letters of recommendation, anything like that when you're first applying. And that's for admission and for our initial scholarship review as you're moving forward. I'd love to invite you all to come visit campus as well. We're hosting both virtual and on-campus opportunities for you to get connected to academic areas and then just get around campus a little bit as well. My contact information is on the screen, and I'll put that in the chat as well for you if you have any additional questions. But thanks again for joining us, and go Cats.
Thank you, thank you. I'm going to ask all of our presenters now to come on up because I've got a question for you. I'm going to share my screen, and we'll have y'all answer in the same order in which y'all presented. But the question I have here for you is, what advice would you give someone going through the college search process? University of Illinois, Chicago?
Yeah, I think I would say that right now we're in a strange time, but a lot of universities have started offering a lot more virtual opportunities for students to visit. So tonight we heard from universities all over the US, and I would say just take advantage of those virtual options. It's a great first step to know if a college is maybe a good fit for you.
Great, thank you. And Pacific Lutheran University.
My biggest piece of advice for the whole college search process is just to utilize your people. If you know what you want to study and you know someone in that field, ask them where they went. Ask them what they recommend, your teachers, your mentors, even your parents, just to really use the people that are important in your life. Ask them what advice they have. And so really just utilize that community that you are hopefully a part of, or many that you're a part of.
Great. And University of Alaska, Anchorage.
My biggest advice is to step outside your comfort zone. College is an excellent time to do that, and maybe one of the few times in your life where you'll have the opportunity to. So take advantage of it.
Yeah, definitely. Eastern Washington University.
I think these are all really good pieces of advice. One thing that I would recommend is to actually choose the things that you feel are the most important to you. So that could be the value of the school, the opportunity that the school provides, like jobs or internships. Maybe you're looking for a specific community. You want a large school or a small school. Academics obviously is a big one, location as well. Those are just some examples. And then what I would actually recommend you do is you actually rank, like be like real strategic about it. Rank the schools that you're looking at in each of those areas, and then just see where they end up. This can really help you sort of narrow down and then hone in on schools that fit your needs.
Beautiful. Texas A&M.
Hi, a couple of things I would recommend is be early. That is a great transition, and it's a lot of detail that goes into that. So give yourself time, early time, to make a decision. Like start as soon as you start high school. It's never too early to be thinking about that. And another thing is, for those of you that are not sure about what you want to do, be open to taking a career assessment. Speak with your high school counselor, or here's one, mynextmove.org. And it may not give you all the answers you want, but it will tell you according to how long you want to go to school and where you might want to start.
Beautiful. And Kansas State.
Yeah, I really like Jennifer's advice of thinking through what are your big factors and what your experience is going to look like and what you want that to look like. But I always recommend getting connected to faculty members at the schools that you're looking at and current students. Those are going to be your peers when you're there, and those are going to be your professors and the people that you look up to and your mentors. So really make sure that you're getting connected to them while you're going through the college search process, and see if that's a really good fit for you.
Beautiful. Thank you all so much. I'm going to close us out here now, and I just want to say thank you to the 6 of you for sharing this time. It's been very beneficial for some people, I'm sure. And when you all close this window watching live, there is going to be a short survey that we at StriveScan would love for you to fill out and provide us any feedback that you are willing to. Also, this is just one of many sessions. So if you're looking to learn about more great schools, definitely go back to strivescan.com/RMACAC and register for more sessions that are happening next week. That's also the same website that you'll be able to find this recording within about 1 week. I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and you all have a wonderful day.